お父さん、お母さん。
お父さん?
Two genius scientists built a machine smarter than themselves, yet it uncovered the one simple truth they couldn't grasp: romance. Get ready for some wholesome sci-fi family comedy because Alma-chan Wants to Be a Family Anime is officially slated for an October 5th, 2025 premiere, with Studio Flat producing the series, directed by Yasuhiro Minami, known for his episode direction work on titles like Gintama, with Kosuke Kobayashi also acting as director. Meet Alma, an advanced self-learning robot designed by two geniuses but socially awkward scientists, the AI physicist Enji and the robotics engineer Suzume. They created her to show the world their true talents, but Alma's first independent conclusion is this: her creators are in love and they need to be a family. Alma, possessing both the capabilities to obliterate a tank and the innocence of a young child, embarks on a mission to optimize their domestic life, forcing her constantly bickering and mutually denying creators into hilariously wholesome family situations. At its core, Alma-chan Wants to Be a Family is a heartwarming slice of life sci-fi story with romantic undertones, with a plot that isn't driven by battles or world-shaking conflicts, even though Alma is technically a combat-capable AI robot. Instead, the narrative is more intimate. Alma's daily life with her two parents, the scientist Enji and Suzume, and her curiosity about love, family, and human connection, a premise that really is not unique, but nevertheless wholesome. The story progresses in a light episodic way, with each episode tending to focus on Alma learning about a new aspect of humanity, whether it's affection, jealousy, embarrassment, or family rituals. The wholesomeness lies in the lessons learned, with some being comedic, some being tender, as we see Alma earnestly trying to emulate what she sees around her. Alma's classification as a character is supposedly a super high-performance girl-type weapon, but her main ability is to drive the story's narrative, with the focus being overwhelmingly on her identity as a child. She is earnest, direct, and unintentionally funny because of her literal interpretations of human emotions. With her advanced AI and lack of human filter, she instantly deduces the unspoken affection between her now father and mother, forcing Enji and Suzume to confront their own feelings. Alma's pursuit of family thus becomes a mission to turn her creator's unspoken bond into a realized one, as she evolves from pure logic machine to a genuinely loving daughter, learning humanity through the experience of having parents. So far, Alma is the highlight, the crux, and almost everything good this show has to offer. Unfortunately, the other characters at times feel like cutouts of what we have all seen before, but they do have their own charms thanks to Alma. The AI specialist Enji is logical, sharp, and plays the part of the logical tsundere, with him and Suzume butting heads constantly. Yet his care for Alma often betrays a softer, more nurturing side. Enji's role is often the straight man in comedic exchanges, but his emotional restraint also makes him frustratingly slow in addressing his feelings for Suzume, as he struggles to process emotions which he attempts to rationalize away. The robotics engineer Suzume is fiery, passionate, quick to bicker, and plays the character of the cool beauty tsundere. She is the more expressive of the two scientists and often clashes with Enji over minor things, but her direction to Alma and her pride in her work is evident, as she melts entirely around Alma, but is equally as dense and in denial about her feelings for Enji. The romance is subtle but central. Enji and Suzume are classic bickering partners, professionally brilliant, personally awkward, emotionally repressed, with Alma often noticing their lingering looks or small gestures, and her curiosity pushing them into situations where their feelings almost slip out. But don't go into this anime expecting ecchi. The romance here isn't the kind that explodes into grand declarations, but rather the slow build of people who already act like a family long before they admit it. Coming to what looks promising, the original material itself is pretty tight and episodic in nature, making a single 12-episode core anime a perfect fit. While I'm not a fan of the artwork, which has a different style, that doesn't seem to quite fit the boundaries for allowing the wholesomeness of the series to bloom. The trailer does look like it has made good use of the character designs while staying true to the original ones. The selection of Yasuhiro Minami and Kobayashi as directors, especially with Minami's background in Gintama, seems like we aren't going to be seeing any directional problems. But Studio Flat is a studio just building its resume, and in my opinion, lacking the sustained, large scale track record of a top tier studio. So there's a risk of inconsistent character models or stiff motion in later episodes. Other than that, the problems mostly lie with the overusage of a tsundere-based romance, with neither admitting their feelings, bickering all the time and such. So if this ain't for you, then you might have a hard time enjoying this anime. All in all, I think Alma-chan Wants to Be a Family will achieve moderate critical success but limited mainstream popularity due to the premise this anime uses being universally popular, which can really never be enough if done right. But that's it. It does not have any more than that. And with characters that really don't stand out, I do not see this being extremely successful. Alma-chan Wants to Be a Family is the ideal watch for fans who enjoy a blend of wholesome slice of life, light sci-fi and romantic comedy, perfect for those who love the heartwarming and comical atmosphere of Spy X Family, or the academic-based relationship humor of a show like Science Fell in Love, so I tried to prove it. If you enjoy the comedy that comes from two intelligent, emotionally inept adults being forced by a precocious child to confront their mutual romantic feelings, then Alma's logical quest for a loving family is something you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, then do consider subscribing to my channel for more.